Well, friends, it's the cozy season. Be prepared to see me in this hoodie every day for the rest of the year. Watch it now be really hot tomorrow. But welcome to a vlog. Oh, Finn wants to play fetch. Go. Oh, did you see that? He did a little jump. Oh, give me the ball then. Thank you. Go. Welcome to a vlog. It is near the end of September and I am still trying to accomplish my 8,000 pages in September challenge. It is Thursday the 26th. I've just finished work. The last day of September is Monday next week. So we have got this evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. About 5 days. I didn't start another week's reading vlog on Monday, so we're just rolling with this until the end of September. But I thought it would be a fun, last hurrah. This is the last attempt. I feel like I've still got this. I feel like I can still do this. I think we can get there. So, let me tell you where we're at. I am at 6,201 pages. So I need to read just under 2,000 pages. And allow me to catch you up on how I got to that number, because I did not vlog it, but earlier this week I read Hookie Volume 2. In another recent vlog I read Hookie Volume 1. I've now read Hookie Volume 2 as well. Very much enjoyed. I like this series and I'm very excited to probably be reading Hookie Volume 3 tonight. But yeah, Volume 2, we carry on following the brother and sister in this world where humans and witches are not getting along too nicely, but our two main characters are witches that have befriended some very lovely humans. And they just want humans and witch kind to get along, but there is a prophecy that means things might get a little bit darker, and I'm very intrigued to see after the end of this, and something pretty big that happened at the end of this, I'm very intrigued to see what that's gonna mean for our main characters in Volume 3. So I will be reading Volume 3 tonight. Something else I've been reading this week that I haven't vlogged is my reread of The Fragile Threads of Power by V. Schwab. I'm about halfway through this, but I'm listening to the audiobook, so I think I've got 4 hours left of the audiobook for this, so I should finish this probably tomorrow, maybe. And then, the only thing left on my TBR would be The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. I don't know if that's the best idea for something super pacey to get those pages in, because I want to be reading at a pretty good pace to get up to 8,000 pages, but with Ruin of Kings it will be my third reread, so on one hand that would be super quick. On the other hand, I want to go through and annotate and tab again, which I know will take time. So I might actually push my reread of Ruin of Kings to next month. And it will then be the only book on my TBR that I didn't get to, other than The Lies of Locke Lamora, which was a this or that with Inkheart, and I did pick up Inkheart, so that one doesn't count because it wasn't officially on the TBR. So I've actually done really well with my TBR, but that does mean that I don't have much of a plan outside of finishing Hookie Volume 3 and reading The Fragile Threads of Power for what else I'm going to read in this vlog. So I think we're going to take it pretty mood-ready and hopefully have a kind of intense weekend of reading. I've got no other plans, so fingers crossed. Hello, it is the next day. I told you I was going to be in this forever. Watch me be in it for this whole vlog. No, I might not be. Anyway, regardless, I did read Hookie Volume 3. And I did finish Hookie Volume 3, and I loved it. I have loved Hookie. I am so disappointed that this is the last one, and that's it. There's no more. This is it finished. I'm so gutted because I had such a good time with this. We start off with these kids, these twin witches. They're, I think, like 12 at the beginning. In this one, we end, they're like 16, 17-ish. So there's a bit of a time jump. And it becomes that little bit more grown up in this one. I do think this one's been my favourite of the three. But it's been such a fun series to read. And I'm so glad that I reread Volume 1 and have just read the whole lot. Because it's just so good. I really, really enjoyed. So, follows these twin witches. They miss the bus to wizard school, or witch school, and instead of going home, they try and find someone else to tutor them so they don't disappoint their parents. They come across a soothsayer, a future-seeing witch, and they are unknowingly at the centre of some sort of prophecy, and this has all been planned so that he can see them, because they are at the centre of some sort of prophecy. Something in the future has been foretold that seemingly involves these two kids. But these are just two chaotic kids learning magic. They missed the bus. They've accidentally done something with a dragon that has mean they have been cast out by Witch Society, and they're now like the Witch Society's most wanted. A series of events leads to witches and the non-magical folk not getting on, not trusting each other, and there is a bit of a war that breaks out. But all our two main characters want is for everyone to get along. No one needs to be scared of anyone else. No one should be punished for being a witch or being magical, and everyone should just get along and accept each other and love each other. And that is what our two main characters want. Things are not always sunshine and rainbows. I loved it so much. Perfect for the witchy season if you wanted a like witchy graphic novel. And the art style is really cute as well. So I've had a fantastic time with Hookie, and I would completely recommend. Although I haven't been in a middle grade mood lately, and these are, I suppose, middle grade comics, maybe. It's been fun and I have enjoyed. So, yay for that. And then my priority has moved on to finishing the Fragile Threads of Power today. I should finish this today. I am now on page 472. So I do not have a great deal left of this. I will be finishing this today. This is a reread for me. 5 stars when I read it 6 months ago. I'm having a thoroughly good time with it now. I don't really have a great deal to report other than I'm still loving it and loving my reread, and it's good time. And then after that, I have a plan to pick up something that came in the mail. This, the Village Library Demon Hunting Society, which is, I think, cozy fantasy, cozy murder mystery, follows a librarian called Sherry, who is pretty good at solving murders, and in her quiet little village, no one else seems to be alarmed by quite how many murders she's had to solve, but that's, you know, by the by. Someone ends up dead, and Sherry's cat becomes unexpectedly possessed by an ancient demon. I don't really know what to expect from this, but this was sent to me by Penguin, so thank you very much to them. I'm excited to give this a go. This isn't an ARC copy, I do believe this is now published, so this is a finished copy, but I'm intrigued. Sounds cute and cozy, and also it's really floppy. So yeah, that will be my plan afterwards. Howdy pals, it is much later on Friday night. I can report that I did finish the Fragile Threads of Power. I think last time I spoke to you I had that much left of it, because that's where my bookmark was. But I have finished it. I was listening to the audiobook, obviously, and I still loved it. I still love this world, I love these characters, and I'm happy to have reread this. I can't wait for more in this series. Simples. I'm not going to talk about it for too long though, because it was a reread and I only read it for the first time not that long ago. I have a whole vlog on it if you want to know more of my thoughts. They remain the same. In other news, I have moved on to the Village Library Demon Hunting Society. I am never going to get this title right. I just keep calling it the Library Demon Society book. I am 50 pages in, so not very far. The flop is so satisfying. And so far, very slow, sleepy village sort of vibes. Thinking like along the lines of Murder, She Wrote, those vibes. And they have mentioned Jessica Fletcher in here as well, for any Murder, She Wrote fans. But yeah, very kind of slow, quiet. Our main character is like a 68-year-old librarian who solves murders on the side. She seems to have an issue with certain realities slipping her mind. Like, there's a bit of forgetfulness, like, mid-sentence if she's talking about anything traumatizing in any way, like murders. She conveniently forgets things, and the way it's being written is like, that's an intriguing mystery in and of itself, like why that's happening. Maybe it's the demon, I don't know. But yeah, so far just slow, quiet, librarian. There has been a murder, but there's nothing like dramatic or anything. Like it's not hooked me yet, and I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. But then on the other hand, I don't know if I can be bothered to wait for it to happen. I just don't know if I'm in the mood for this right now. I don't know if I'm in the mood for quiet, cozy. I think this is like cozy fantasy. Let me read the PR thingy. Fun, cozy fantasy. Yeah. Oh, maybe the main thing hasn't happened yet, because it says someone close to Sherry ends up dead. That hasn't happened. Someone else is dead, like she wasn't close to the person who's been murdered. So maybe I just haven't got there yet. Maybe I need to be patient and give it a bit more. But yeah, 50 pages in and just feeling very meh. So I'm giving myself options. Obviously I'm physically reading this and it's quite slow going for me. I have decided, I don't know fully why this is on my mind, but it is to the point where I've pulled it off my shelf and have it right here. But the Scarlet Alchemist is on my mind. This is the Fairy Loot edition. Very pretty. Mine got caught in the rain and is quite rain damaged, actually. But I didn't like contact them about it at all because it's fine, it's readable, most of it dried, but the pages are all a bit warped. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this has been on my mind and I don't really know why, but I kind of want to read this. So, I've downloaded the audiobook for it. So I have a physical read and an audio read, and I can flip between, and two very different vibes as well. And I think this one is YA, so this could go horribly wrong, and I might not enjoy it. But it's on my mind, and whilst it's on my mind, especially for a Fairy Loot pick, and not even like a recent one, like it's been on my shelf for a little while, but for it to be on my mind to the point where I'm interested in picking it up right now, I'm gonna do that. So I think I'm going to take myself to bed with both of these and read a bit in bed for the evening. As for my page count, obviously we know we're here to try and do my last hurrah to 8,000. I am sitting at 6,915 pages. So I need to read about 1,100 pages in the next 3 days. I would like to think that I can do that. We will see. I might need to call on some manga to help me, possibly. But I wouldn't be mad about needing to do that. The pages still count. But yeah, I'm gonna head to bed with these two to try and get a bit further in. Hopefully, if I can get like at least another 100 pages read tonight, of either book, don't care which one, but at least another 100 pages read tonight, then I will be over the 7,000 page mark. So let's try and do that. We either need to get 100 pages into this or this. Let's give that a go. It is Sunday. Yesterday I did not vlog anything, but I did complete a book. I did read The Scarlet Alchemist. I listened to the audiobook. Yesterday I had a horrific migraine, like the worst migraine I've had probably in the last 10 years. I used to get migraines really bad when I was a kid, when I was an early teens ager, like up till I was about 16, I was getting them so incredibly often and really painfully, and as I got older they became much less frequent and less intense, and yesterday I got one that reminded me of being 13, 14. It was horrible. Like, I wanted to put my head in a compress. I went blind. I, like, collapsed on the kitchen floor. Kind of went blind, was sick, it was awful. Awful. So I slept for most of the day, or tried to sleep in a dark room to try and get rid of that. And then, fortunately, by about 8 p.m-ish, I was feeling a bit better. But I did still just stay in bed and listen to the audiobook of this rather than physically reading, because I did not want to put any pressure on my eyeballs, because that would not have been good yesterday. Fortunately, today I feel fine and I haven't got like a migraine hangover and I actually feel alright. But yeah, yesterday I did finish The Scarlet Alchemist. I enjoyed this. I am surprised actually that I had such a good time with this, because I'm pretty sure this one is a YA one. But I liked our main character, I liked our Scarlet Alchemist, I liked her drive, but also the conflict in her mind of like, does her dream and her aspiration and what that will mean for her actually align with her values? Does what she wants to accomplish for her family line up with what she wants to accomplish for herself? Does the way she feels about herself and the way she feels her family feel about her line up? Like, there was a lot of internal conflict for her, because she felt like she didn't really have a solid place, I guess. But I really liked it, and I felt it was done in a believable way and not just I don't know how to explain what I want to explain, but I feel like with all YA fantasies, there's always like the main character has some sort of struggle of, does she belong with her family or does she belong with her love? And there is that element to it, but I feel like it's got more layers and more depth in this, and I enjoyed it. And then on top of that, I very much enjoyed the alchemy side of this, and then the political side, because the alchemists are possessions of the Empress, and the Empress's schemes, and how the alchemists are tied into that, and whether they agree or disagree, and what that means for them and the country and so on, and just how the alchemy worked in general. I just had a good time with it, and I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I might pick up the sequel to this. I think Fairy Loot have recently announced the sequel, so I might see if I can grab a Fairy Loot edition of it. Although I have already told you, my copy of this is quite water damaged, which is a shame, and a lot of the pages are pretty warped. But I could still have a nice matching sequel, so I might grab that. But yeah, I would overall probably give this a 4-star. I had a good time, and I'm really glad that by listening to the audiobook I was still able to get some pages in yesterday, because when I woke up with that horrible migraine, I just thought the universe is against me. I'm never going to hit 8,000 pages. So it is now the 29th, so I have today and tomorrow, and I'm sitting at 7,341 pages. So I still have a lot of reading that I need to do to get up to that. So I'm thinking I might read a graphic novel or a comic or something to just give me a quick boost. And then I am still obviously reading this. I still don't know if this is the vibe, if this is too slow going. I need something pacey to get me up to that. So I might not continue this one. We'll see how it goes. But as for right now, I'm feeling a graphic novel or a comic. what have I got down here? Did I ever read Mooncakes? No, I have not. Just trying to think of something still in the, like, spooky season vibes. Like, we're nearly in October. So, yeah, I'm gonna read Mooncakes. Unless I get partway through and realise I have read this before. But I really don't think I have. So, I'm gonna read Mooncakes to try and get some quick pages in. Well, that took absolutely no time at all. I thought we'd come and sit with Finn. Hey, babe. Yeah, that took no time at all and is another 230-ish pages or whatever. I have now passed 7,580 pages, so I have less than 500 pages that I need to read by the end of the month, and I have got the rest of today and tomorrow to do that, so I am still feeling very optimistic about hitting 8,000 pages. This, however, wasn't amazing for me. It was fine, it was cute, it was funny. I wasn't really into the plot. It didn't have enough going on for me. It felt very basic, very simple. For a quick witchy graphic novel that takes like 20 minutes to read, sure. But rating wise, I think this is getting a 3-star at best. I didn't really know a lot about the characters. It seemed like there was a lot of like trying to understand the complexities in their history, but like, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't on page. You couldn't really understand that. And then their relationship, I just felt nothing for, really, because I didn't know anything about them. And the plot itself was just very, then this happened, and then this is the bad guy, oops. Like, it didn't have enough going on for me. But it was kind of cute, I guess. So, yeah, 3 stars for that one. And I can add it to my pile. This is all of the books that I've read this month. Like that. That's insane. That's all of the books that I've read this month. Not including the few Kindle books that I've also read. Oh, and I am still in such a reading mood. I just don't know what I'm in the mood for now. Because again, I should go back to the Demon Hunting Library Society, whatever that's called. Oh, but I just don't know if that's the vibe. So, I'm going to get on with some other stuff that I need to get done. Some other, like, worky bits that I need to do. And then decide where my reading's going. Because I just don't know. Oh, you're such a cutie. Love you. Love you. How do you get anything done when you've got this around? The answer is you don't. You just pet the puppy. Ooh, puppy, puppy, puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Oh, hello. I ruined it. I ruined your cute fussing. Oh. Oh. Thank you. Okay, you lay down again. later on Sunday night now. I disappeared to do some worky bits, didn't I? I filmed, edited and uploaded a video, edited like the first half an hour of this vlog, did some other admin-y bits that I needed to do, and have, I think, decided temporarily to DNF the Demon Hunting Library Society, whatever it was. I mean, it's only 50 pages in, so does it hardly counts as DNF when I barely even started it. Although, maybe I'll pick it up again tomorrow, I don't know. Regardless. Hasn't gripped me, still bored, haven't been, like, drawn to it. So, asked my patrons for a quick, gripping, like, speedy, pacey sort of book that I can sink my teeth into tonight, and was reminded of the existence of the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which is the sequel to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I didn't love the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but it was quick and it was fun. So I have started the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and I'm now like 130 pages into that. So that's pretty good going. I am gonna take myself to bed and probably read more of that in bed tonight. I do have work in the morning though. But tomorrow is Monday and the last day of September. So from here on out, like this is it. Whatever I manage to read tomorrow, and I've got my nail appointment after work tomorrow as well. I'm going to be cutting it fine. I might need to find an audiobook that I can sink my ears into whilst working, but I don't actually know what my work day looks like tomorrow, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. Like, where I've got work days where I'm just testing, I know I can listen to an audiobook and do that, but I, as far as I'm aware, am not testing anything tomorrow. So I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we will see. We will see what happens. But yeah, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, so far feeling very similar to how I did about Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It is quick, it is fun. The main character is annoying me a fair bit. She reminds me of the male character from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I've realised, I think, by comparing the two, this whole series is about Dream Harbour as a town. And so far, both of these couples are someone who's been in Dream Harbour their whole life, like they're part of the furniture, and a newcomer to Dream Harbour. So in the first one, Jeannie was new to Dream Harbour, Logan had been there forever. In this one, Noah is relatively new to Dream Harbour, and Hazel has been there forever. And I get similar vibes from Hazel that I did from Logan, in that I've been here forever, I don't trust you, you're not good enough for me, you're not one of us. Like, you're a bit of fun, but you're not serious because you're not a proper Dream Harborian. Whatever. Like, that's not what's written on page, but that's the vibe I'm getting, and it's annoying me. That, like, the vibe is, I'm better than you. You're a newcomer. You don't belong here. You can't be trusted to become one of us. And it was similar vibes with the other one. Interesting. But otherwise, quick and fun. Hello. It is the 1st of October. It is Tuesday. Did I even vlog anything yesterday? I don't know. But yesterday was the last day. And I don't know what I told you last, but I can confirm to you that I did complete 8,000 pages. I ended September on a total of 8,140 pages. And how did I do it? Well, I do believe I told you that I got a little ways into this on Sunday. It was Sunday night when I told you I was getting a little ways into this. Of course, and then I just didn't update you on Monday at all. I did finish this. I finished it early hours of Monday morning. And then on Monday ended up being quite unwell. I've been unlucky during this vlog, because on Saturday I was obviously very unwell with a migraine. And then Monday I was actually quite unwell as well. Like, I felt okay, but I had a very iffy tummy on Monday. TMI, no one asked. Anyway, I finished this early hours of Monday morning. It was like 1 AM or something. And I liked it. It was cute. It was fun, it was fast, it was everything that I wanted it to be, everything that I needed it to be, but I still do not think that that necessarily means that this book is good. And I felt very similarly about this as I did with Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I don't find the relationships too believable. I think if certain people treated certain people in those ways, I wouldn't behave in the way that some of these characters do. I do think the relationship in this one was better than in Pumpkin Spice, but there are still elements to it that I just think, like, God, why would you treat a person like that? So, 3-star, again. It was fun, fast, seasonally appropriate. It was exactly what I needed, just that pacey get through. But would I recommend them? Maybe. If you want that, like, I suppose maybe cheeseburgery, but there are better cheeseburgers out there. I'm conflicted, but 3-star for this one. Same for Pumpkin Spice. But did what the doctor ordered. I still then needed an extra, like, 90 pages yesterday. And I decided there was a manga that I picked up at some point in the month and said, I'm gonna read this. And then I put it back down and never did. So I thought, you know what? It wasn't on the TBR, but I did pick it up and at one point say I was going to read it. So let's just bloody read it. And that is Food Wars, Volume 1. I have finished this now. This was weird, and I think weird is just about the only thing I could say to describe this. Because it was foodie, but it wasn't like, I don't know. So it's about a guy who, his father runs the family restaurant and he wants to become better than his father. His father decides to shut down the restaurant to go off to cook for fancy people elsewhere and says to his son, like, if you ever want to be a better cook than me, you need to pass this culinary school. It's really elite, really difficult to get into, really difficult to impress, and it's him trying to impress in this culinary school. But whenever anyone tastes really good food, it's like this orgasmic experience, and then we just have pages of naked people, which is funny. And I like that comparison of, like, food to a sexual experience when it's just that good. I like that, but the story itself I just didn't get, and, like, the food content wasn't foodie enough, and it just was a bit weird. So, another 3-star read in this one. I don't know if I would recommend this either. I really don't know quite what I make of this one, but another 3-star read, and obviously it got me past the 90 pages that I needed, and means that I've ended the month on 8,140 pages. So I was pretty confident throughout the month that I would hit my 8k pages, and I have, and this little last hurrah helped me do it. So thanks for coming on the journey with me. I hope you had fun. My October reading challenges are much less intense. However, I can still report that I am still in an enormous reading mood. I don't think October will quite see me hit the number of pages I've hit this month, but I am still in a huge reading mood, so I'm excited to carry on this reading train into October, but also very glad to have completed this challenge and can say goodbye to it now, because obviously I failed it miserably in August and absolutely smashed it in September. So what did I read for this vlog? Was it Scarlet Alchemist, Hookies, Fragile Threads, Cinnamon Bun, Food Wars? That's been a good mix for this one, I feel. You've had a few books scattered throughout here. I'm still looking over at that pile of books that I've managed to read this month. Let's just stick these over here as well. Oh, and Mooncakes. I forgot I did Mooncakes as well. But that stack, sorry, I was filming here, obviously. This is just wild to me that I read all of this, plus a couple of Kindle books, or a few Kindle books, actually. How on earth did I manage it? but I did. So, hurrah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now, so thank you ever so much for watching and hanging out with me and coming on the 8,000 page journey. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!